Hi, everyone. We are La Chimolala. And we are back with episode six of No Mercy, starring Monsta X and some guys who aren't going to be in Monsta X. Sorry, guys.
I mean, they'll be in other bands.
They will.
The
Don't
majority
give up.
of them. Yeah.
Don't give up.
Yes.
But this is third debut mission, vocal performance results revealed. I thought we already revealed those. This one, so it's the third mission plus the results? That's a lot.
I know. So I'm wondering if they're gonna rush through the missions.
Yeah, we'll see. Because we already know that they split them into two groups of 5, and they said at least one person's gonna go home again. Dun dun dun. Who will it be?
I'm like, oh gosh, here we go.
Probably not the guy I want to go home.
Right.
We'll see what happens. We'll see. But
we'll see.
I don't know. Did his dad donate a bunch of money? I'm not sure.
Yeah. I don't know, girl. I don't know.
But we're more than halfway through, which is exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're real excited.
I'm so excited, you guys. Wow. Yeah, I'm like, is it episode 10 already? Like,
all right, let me just put you out of your misery. Let's start this.
Okay. All right, but before we do, you guys, if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe so we could continue on doing more of this. I was gonna say fun content, but is it really fun?
It will get funner. That's not a word. It will be more fun once we get past this one.
Yeah. Once we get past the series, then
we'll start doing cute ones. We'll start doing cute, funny ones.
Yes, for sure.
Great.
All right.
Then let's get to it. Here we
go. Okay, we all agreed that was Wonho.
Yay! I don't know why that makes me happy, but let's agree. Nice credit.
무조건 데뷔해야죠.
방패 따위는 접고 진짜 칼밖에 없어요. 죽기 전에 무조건 데뷔를 한번 해보고 죽어야겠다.
2차 데뷔 미션 탈락자는 광지군입니다. 유수군입니다.
So sad.
Yeah.
Oh my.
너급이라 해도 좀 그런 케일 형이 얘는 아마 제급이라고 얘기해도 기분 나빠할걸요?
Oh my gosh, they're still wearing their numbers.
Yeah. The crowd is like, who are those dudes?
Right. I would be like, who are all those cute dudes? Why are they in the back?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Really? He's still awful in the concert.
흡실에서 안 보내고 밖에서 보는 게 진짜 다행인 것 같아요. 맞아. 케일 형한테 감사드려요.
맞아.
솔직히.
1분 남았어, 1분. 진짜 1분 남았어. 헐. 초세대로 아니야? 무엇입니까? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, NO!
Awkward handshake game.
윤호는 이제
7년차
7년차 연습생이었어.
땅에 묻히겠어. 새해 소원 인간이네. 새해 소원. 진짜 데뷔. 형 언제 왔죠?
1월 말쯤 왔지.
벌써 1년이 지나갔어.
근데 현영 되게 오래 본 것 같아.
와 진짜 빨리 갔어. 민혁이 형이랑 형원 형이랑 광주 형 왔을 때도.
아, 전 들어온 지가 사실 얼마 안 됐거든요.
얼마 됐어요?
한 5개월.
Wow.
광지라는 친구랑 최형원이라는 친구 같이 연습을 했던
다른 회사에서?
네.
Aw.
근데 건이가 그렇게 저를 싫어했다고. 저희 셋을 싫어했다고.
아니
건이가 제일 싫어했다고.
처음에는 다 싫어할 수밖에 없었을 거야. 왜냐면 우리끼리도 서로 데뷔하려고 경쟁하고 있는데 더 인원이 늘어난다는 생각하니까.
그렇지.
그때 당시에 우리로서는 좀 짜증나는 일이었었지.
되게 공감을 되게 많이 하는 게 여러 회사를 돌아다니다 보면 자기가 같은 그룹의 사람이랑 꼭 데뷔를 할 것 같잖아. 근데 또 안 되고 또 나가거나 하면 또 이 사람들과 또 멀어지고 어떻게 보면 연습생한테 정을 준다는 게 좀 힘든 것 같아요.
충분히 그럴 수 있어요. 저는 여기 회사 처음 들어왔을 때 진짜 한 명도 안 친해질 줄 알았어요. 저는. 근데 얼마 되지 않아서 마음의 문을 먼저 열어주고 다 다가와주고.
Oh.
나는 아직도 마음에 담고 있는 게 기현이가 나를 처음 본 날인데 옆에 오더니 같이 데뷔하자 이렇게 얘기를 해주는 거야.
Aw.
안 했거든.
Oh. Kiki.
안녕? 난 유기현이라고 해요. 나 진짜 기억나.
나도 기억나.
그때 기현이 고개가 이렇게
춤을 추고 막 땀을 뻘뻘 흘리고 올라가서.
내가 그걸 기억하는 게 뭐냐면은 주원이는 땀 육수 막 장난 아니었고 기현이는 눈빛이 있어.
Roasting already. Right?
우리 꿈이 진짜 다 똑같아. 내가 봤을 때 100% 데뷔야.
똑같아.
진짜 15년에는 빨리 데뷔를 해서 노머시가 추억이었고 그랬던 순간으로 남길. 데뷔합시다. 데뷔합시다. 데뷔합시다.
Wonho's so good at like expressing his feelings.
Yes.
It's one of his many charms.
대박이네. 이걸로 뭘 하는 거야, 이거는?
일단 처음부터 동작 정리는 하자. 빡 자세한 좌우. 빵, 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 숨기고, 쓸고, 접었다가 쳐주는 거야. 위에서 쳐? 빵 쳐주니 고개도 빵 쳐주는 거야. 여기서 바운스가 쿵 내려가면서 팍 쳐주는
I
거야.
mean, this team has Shonu and Youngwon. Their dance is gonna be killer.
Right? And Juhan.
And Juhan, yeah, definitely.
오늘 약간 걱정된 게 저쪽 팀에는 현우도 있고
Mhm.
퍼포먼스에서는 진짜 절대 강자거든요.
현우 형이 메꾸는 자리를 못 메꿔. 저희 5명이서 해도 현우 형 혼자 풍기는 아우라를 낼 수 있을까 말까 하는데
현우 형이 팀장이니까 최악이죠.
I love Guns Confessionals. They're hilarious. Whoa.
Oh my.
그리고 경험했던 시간이었던 것 같아요. 제가 댄서를 하면서
Can we watch that
다시
performance?
연습생
I think we
생활로
need to.
돌아가려고. 저에겐 17살 때 꿨던 엄청난 꿈이 있고 그냥 제 꿈을 다시 꾼 거죠. 얼마 남지 않았다 생각을 해요.
It's interesting how many of them have like done other stuff.
Yeah.
멤버들만 봐도 그냥 이길 것 같아요.
미쳤어요. 팀의 조합은 너무 좋은 것 같아요. 질 이유도 없고 팀 자체가 이기는 게 목표니까 무조건 안 질 생각이에요.
What?
What?
Oh my god.
셋, 넷. 하, 하.
This looks hard.
건이는 수많은 디테일을 많이 빼먹으면서 안무를 틀리기까지 했네?
One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four.
솔직히 대진표 보고는 팀의 팀워크가 좀 걱정이 됐어요. 아까 제가 걱정된다고 말씀드렸잖아요. 뭔가 샵관이 있으니까.
아무래도 건우 형이 춤적으로 좀 많이 약한
Oh
면이
gosh.
무대에서 연출력을 감춰야죠.
둘의 합을 볼게요. 5, 6, 7, 8.
아 보고 있어요 지나.
왜?
연기를 어떻게 해야 되는지 모르겠어요.
1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4.
Oh, the choreographer.
지금보다는 확실히 훨씬 더 좋아야 돼. 지금 정도로만 해서는 저쪽 팀을 이기겠다고 승산이 있다고는 나는 솔직히 장담은 못해.
네.
한 명한테만 혼내는 건데 그 분위기가 이제 약간 이제 푹 다운되니까 이제 연습에도 방해가 되거든요.
짜증 나고 애들도 많이 짜증 났을
I'm sure
거예요.
Gun feels terrible too.
다들
Yeah.
그러더라고요. 네가 여기서 표정이나 그런 게 막 틀어지면은 그냥 우린 지는 거고 지는 거고
You guys. Dang.
보이는 것 같아요.
That makes it even harder to do well.
Mm-hmm.
네. 춤 한번 불러볼까?
네.
날 기다리던 꿈처럼 길고 어둡던 우리만의 무대 이 끝이 아니길 바라고 는 고백 어딘가 때문에 아파하는
We know it's bad. We can hear. Do we need those extra words?
지금 이 팀에서 가장 문제가 민혁이야. 가장 문제가 민혁이야.
How dare you?
Blasphemous.
메인턴이 풀려버리면 얘까지 갈피를 못 잡아. 착잡했던 것 같아요. 아 연습 어떻게 해야 되지? 팀 호흡 어떻게 맞춰야 되지? 반주 한 번씩 틀어놓고 너네 파트만 부르자. 네. 이렇게 해서 좀 일단은 그 반주랑 너네 음정을 좀 잡아가자. 틀리면
Ouch.
팀원들한테 딱밤 맞게.
Oh my gosh.
Falling on the rooftop. Oh baby, tell me why you have to go. 수밖에 없는 건 그 어떤 누구보다 더.
I can't even concentrate.
우와.
자 정신 차려.
네네.
알지?
알겠습니다.
Oh my gosh.
로 해야 되는데? 이거 아니에요. 로 아니에요.
아까 알려줬잖아요.
제가 먼저 때려도 돼요?
Oh my gosh.
옷까지 보세요. 오, 뭐야? 뭐야?
What's happening?
Young one.
Whole new level of like.
와 이거 뭐야? 처음 봤어.
Oh no.
Gosh.
And Juan's really good at it.
그럼 파와 열정으로 하는 거야.
They're lucky Keehan's not doing it. He's really good at it.
Look, they're all getting ready.
They all want to flick him.
위에서 버텨온 날들 모두
He's laughing. Stop laughing. He's so screwed.
Oh no! Oh my gosh. Karma is a bee.
가자.
표정 봐. 표정 봐.
손 아프지? 아프지?
손가락 너무 아파. 공격이야, 쟤.
Big skull.
이건가?
이거 아닌가?
그거야 너? 세븐 보컬 수업 시간에 팀원들한테 좀 방해가 되기도 했고 제가 좀 중요한 파트를 맡았는데 소화를 잘 못해서 지금 연습하고 있었어요. 지금 이거랑 맞는데 조금 빨라져. 다시 보자. 나랑 같이 보자.
중점적으로 연습한 부분이 일단 고음 부분하고요. 제일 중요한 부분이니까 그 부분에서 그 부분이 망하게 되면 저희는 그냥 망한 거고 저 하나 때문에 책임감을 갖고 해야겠다 그렇게 생각하게 됐어요.
Okay, much better than before.
Yeah. They should also practice the jump between the note before that and how they get there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
네, 팀워크는 완벽해요.
좋은 것 같아요. 일단 뭐 자주 붙어 있는 시간이 거의 대부분이고 좀 마음에 안 들거나 이런 것들에 있어서 바로바로 좀 푸는 편이고 그런 부분들에 있어서 팀워크는 되게 좋은 것 같아요.
팀워크를 잠깐 볼까요? 두 가지를 얘기를 했을 때 이구동성으로 똑같은 걸 얘기를 할 수 있는지.
좋아요.
좋은데?
서로에 대해서 잘 알잖아요.
Oh no.
재밌겠다.
셋.
Uh-oh.
What?
소유.
Look at that.
We agree.
이번에는 방향인데 얼굴을 돌려주세요 그러면.
네.
오케이.
하나, 둘, 셋. 셋. 하나, 둘, 셋.
Oh my gosh!
What? Okay, now I'm worried about the other team.
But I'm also worried the first team's doing too well, so they'll biff it on stage.
Yeah.
내 버트라미야 얼마 안 남았어 내 꿈의 유토엔 샷건 형제들의 머리에다 총을 겨눠.
Juanjo knows
Oh.
every word.
He's the leader for a reason.
능력이 거의 없는 것 같아요.
나 어제 1시간도 못 잤어. 1시간. 지금 목 엄청 아파.
It's like Kiki. I'm just assuming.
I would too.
You still there? Hey.
저희가 카페인이라는 노래를 하는데 그걸 멜로디 편곡을 좀 해보려고 하고 있어요.
형이니까 그냥 최대한 제일 마지막에 남아서 뭔가 정리하고 가야 된다고 생각을 했어요.
Oh, so responsible. I love him.
원호는 상태가 너무 안 좋은 것 같아.
목이 안 푸는 게 아니라 그냥 목이 너무 아파가지고 이렇게 불렀어요. 죄송해요.
아니. 책임감 있는 것도 너무 좋고 그리고 여러 가지 재주가 많아서 일을 많이 하는 것도 너무 좋아. 근데 그것도 할 것만 해. 너무 다 하지 마. 이 퀄리티를 위해서라도 휴식은 반드시 필요해.
진짜 원호 형이 되게 이번에 고생 되게 많이 한 것 같아요. 진짜 열정적으로 팀 다 이끌고 항상 모범이 돼서 저한테 뭘 보여주고.
그러니까
Oh no, is he the doctor? It was terrible.
Oh.
조금씩 더 멋있는.
He's probably strained something.
Yeah.
Those were a lot of scary bottles in that room.
Right?
풀고 가자.
Oh no.
집으로 돌아오는 길 오늘 하루도 다 될 수고했어.
무슨 초등학생 국어책 읽는 것 같은 느낌. 집으로 내가 하는 말을 이해하는 거죠. 1, 2, 3,
어떻게든 잘 지내겠지.
좀 와도 못해. 지금 되게 중요한 위치를 맡은 거야. 근데 네가 만약에 여기서 지금처럼 어물쩡 흐지부지하게 불러버리면 너무 자연스럽게 샷건한테까지 그게 가는 거야. 이거에서 망하면 이제 정말 집에 가는 거야.
아, 큰일 났다.
The responsibility for each member. My goodness.
나는 원곡보다 훨씬 좋은 것 같은데. 난 개인적으로. 원곡으로 가는 것도 좋아해. 원곡 하는 게 더 나아.
그 처음에 그럼 얘기하지 그런 거는.
원래 저는 계속 그냥 그대로 가자고 했었는데 왜냐면 그 비트가 너무 서바이벌하고 안 어울리는 거예요. 아, 나는 이 멜로디 괜찮은데 우리가 지금 준비한 걸로 해도 나쁘지 않을 것 같아.
만약
이렇게
원곡대로 가고 싶은데라는 마음이 있으면 무조건 원곡대로 가야 돼. 절대 안 돼. 나는 그렇게 해서는 절대 내 이거 바꾼 걸로 못 가.
그래서 결과 안 좋으면 약간 형 탓이라고 그렇게 할까 봐.
Oh my gosh. They all look so exhausted.
They look so tired compared to the other team.
늦었네. 원우 형이 바꾸자고 하니까 저 잘 몰랐는데 원우 형이 멜로디를 갖고 왔는데 되게 좋더라고요. 원래는 진짜 막 하기도 싫고 그랬는데 꽂혀가지고 지금 계속 하고 있어요.
Aww.
여기 사비에 한번 이거 가르쳐 한번 해보자.
I get that. Sometimes you don't really like a change if you like the original.
And sometimes you need warm up for it too.
Mm-hmm.
아, 여기 손 버려요? 버려.
단합이라는 힘이 진짜 센 것 같아요. 원우 형이 진짜 솔선수범 많이 하니까 안 할 수가 없었어요. 이번에 저희 단합이 100%가 됐다는 걸 보여드리겠습니다.
그럼 일단 노래도 한번 맞춰볼까? 예.
저는 저희 팀이 이길 것 같아요. 진짜로 이게 처음에는 이 정도였는데 이제 갈수록 제가 수정 하면서 계속 반복을 하고 또 반복했던 게 지금 한 이 정도까지 온 것 같아요. 그래서 아, 참 인간 성공이다 싶었죠.
The spying back and forth.
I love it.
They brought popcorn? Like, what the hell?
Amazing.
Turn up! 기다리던 꿈처럼 길고 어둡던 우리 많은 꿈.
So cute.
원, 투, 쓰리, 포예요? 원, 투, 쓰리, 빠.
그 춤 부분만 한번 다시 해보고 한 번만 처음부터 해보자.
예.
이 순간만큼 오글거려도 돼 어쩔 거야 뭐 물으면 없다 이제 촛불 하나를 밝게 켜놓고 무대 위 내 소원을 빌어봐 원, 투, 쓰리, 빠.
오, 힘들어. 와, 숨이 넘쳐.
더워. 자, 뭐 우리가 지금까지 많이 노력했잖아. 그래도 우리 나름대로 열심히 했고 이제 하루밖에 안 남았으니까 컨디션 조절 잘 해서 내일 실수 안 하는 무대 해보자고.
예.
파이팅 한번 할까? 1, 2,
3, 4,
They're so silly and cute.
Adorable.
예스.
Oh, look at Hyungwon and
진짜
Shungi.
이때까지 후회 없을 만큼 연습을 했으니까 후회 없을 무대를 보여줘야 돼. 그냥 즐기고 끝낼 수 있게 하자. 파이팅 한번 하자.
오케이.
하나, 둘, 셋.
Shona's right, though. You do have to rest the day before, which makes no sense. You feel like you should still be working, but you have to take a break.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I want them both to do well.
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
너무 신기한 게 평소에 TV에서 보던 그런 장면들이 저희가 직접 하고 있으니까
아, 무대 엄청 크더라고요. 막. 그 큰 무대에서 이렇게 한다고? 가수분들이?
정말 서고 싶던 무대잖아요.
약간 데뷔에 가까워진 느낌.
Oh, so cute.
Okay, there's like new judges.
Oh, I know who that is. Ryan, that's like the one person I've known on this whole show.
나오면 안 돼? 팀 아니야 이러면? 왜냐면 팀이 다 잘해도 별로야. 솔직히. 그러니까 모자란 애가 껴 있어야 그걸 또 채워주고 이런 게 팀이 좋은 거거든.
G.O.D면 누가 부족했을까?
G.O.D 부족한 팀 다른 거의 다 부족했잖아. 우리는 거의 다 부족했잖아. 그래서 부족한 애들이 모이니까 하나가 딱 돼 있더라고.
서로 메꿔주고 하면서.
위리가 G.O.D 콘서트 때 오프닝을 항상 맡았었어.
나 데뷔하기 전에.
데뷔하기 전에 G.O.D 콘서트 때 앞에 딱 나가고 브라이언 맥나이트 쫙 부르고.
Brian McKnight.
레드 같은 거 딱.
아 맞아. 머리.
Oh my.
Wow.
그건 아니야. 솔직히 진짜 아닌데 이거 아니야.
형 독해졌는데요?
미션 떨어지면 심사위원들도 되게
몇 명 있던데요.
정말 저는 떨어지고 진짜 막 욕을 진짜 했어요. 솔직한 말로. 그게 배틀신화였어요.
배틀신화.
프로그램이.
알아.
거기서 내가 노래를 제일 잘했다 생각했거든. 근데 얼굴은 완전 나였어.
Good for her. Look at that confidence.
Right? Ugh, I'm getting all stressed out.
기분 좋게 새해를 시작했지만 너네들한테는 마음을 놓기보다는 더 긴장해야 될 시기가 아닐까 싶어요. 선착순은 여러분들이 준비한 대로 두 팀 간의 대결 미션을 통해서 패배한 팀에서 한 명 탈락자가 나오게 됩니다.
Stressful.
오늘의 미션은 팀워크를 얼만큼 잘 맞춰서 우리 팀이 완성도 있는 모습을 보여주느냐가 제일 중요한 관건이 아닐까 싶습니다.
팀은 아무래도 남을 또 돋보이게 해줄 수 있는 그런 배려심 여러 가지가 아마 필요하지 않을까 싶어요.
되게 노멀씨랑 안 어울리는 분이셔서 좀 의아했어요.
제가 진짜 힘들 때마다 듣는 노래가 길인데 그 노래를 부르신 손호영 선배님 앞에 있으니까 되게 좋았어요.
멀리서 봐도 너무 잘생긴 것 같아요. 다들 뭐 키나 이런 것도 되게 훤칠하고.
참고로 외모는 오장남 팁을 꼽았어요.
Wow.
Shady.
Why didn't you tell them that?
왠지 제 약간 남자답고.
They're macho.
She's embarrassed already.
아무래도 오디션 출신이기 때문에 지금 무대 위에 계신 분들의 마음을 너무 알 것 같아요. 이 기회를 정말 소중하고 감사하게 생각해서 열심히 해주시길 바라겠습니다.
I like her already.
꼭 같았던 가인 선배님.
자, 그리고 우리 셋 외에 양쪽에 6분이 더 나와 계신데 아마 이분들이야말로 너희들의 실력을 직접 눈으로 확인하고 싶으신 분들이 아닐까 싶어. 바로 다음 4차 데뷔 미션 음원 발매 미션을 너희와 함께 하게 될
Okay, I was wondering why they were blurred out.
비보이,
Yeah.
그리고 바스코, 정기고, 천재노창 씨가 함께 이 자리에 와주셨습니다.
와, 미치도록 좋아하는 바스코 그분이 여기 계셔?
매력이 엄청난 것 같아요. 장기군.
되게 똑똑하신 것 같아요. 음악 만드는 것만 봐도
왜 천재가 앞에 붙었는지 알 것 같아요.
주영이 형을 되게 좋아하거든요.
주영이 형이랑 같이 해보고 싶었던 곡도 제가 쓴 적도 있었고 되게 특이하시잖아요. 되게 끼만이
배울 게 진짜 많다고 느껴지는 사람이고
진짜 저런 캐릭터는 우리나라에 한 명밖에 없겠구나.
자, 이렇게 오늘 무려 9명의 심사위원이 너희 무대를 보고 오늘의 승리팀과 그리고
The bigger the panel, the more nerve-wracking.
될 텐데
Yeah.
그동안 잘 갈고 닦은 팀워크를 멋있게 보여줄 수 있기 바랍니다.
More
자,
eyes to
그럼
see mistakes.
시작해 보도록 하겠습니다.
애들 진짜 떨리겠다.
I love that she's emphatic though.
유빈아, 밝게 하자.
Come on, guys, you got this.
So I wonder if they're gonna do singing, singing, then performance, performance, or if they're gonna do. I don't know. I'm confused about how this works.
Oh, first singing performance. There you go.
I know, but will they do the dance too? If.
4.
So silly.
Cute.
지난번에 저한테 되게 폭평을 했었던 그리고 탈락 후보까지 갔었던 션우 군이기 때문에 팀의 리더를 맡으면서 좀 더 중압감이 있지 않았을까 싶은데 어떤 마음으로 준비했는지 궁금합니다.
개인적인 것보다는 팀적으로 잘 보여드릴 수 있는 무대를 준비하려고 노력했습니다.
Great answer.
Yeah.
You tell him, Shonu.
하게 됐잖아. 약간 어떤 식으로 하면 좋을지 의견을 좀 내보자.
좀 우리 이야기를 쓰는 것 같아요. 그러면 좋을 것 같아요.
어떤 회사 연습생들이건 연습생으로서의 겪는 아픔은 다 똑같을 거라고 생각해요. 엄마한테 돈 받는 게 싫었어요. 돈 챙겨가. 엄마가 그래도 10,000원이라도 쥐어주시려고 하는데 싫어. 나름 자존심이 있어서 밥 먹는 시간 되면 그때 혼자 남아서 연습할 수 있는 게 제 낙이었어요. 근데 댄서 형이 짜장밥이나 뭐 이런 걸 시킨 거예요. 거울을 보면서 춤추는데 짜장밥 막 먹는 그 형의 모습이 너무 막 미치게 하는 거예요. 그래서 형이 한 반 남기는 걸 거울로 봤어요. 춤추는 척 하면서 그 짜장밥을 담아가지고 데워 먹었는데.
저는 제 아버지에 대한 내용을 쓰고 싶었는데 저희 아빠 성함이 성은 박씨고 이제 이름은 은석이에요. 그래서 이제 거꾸로 하면 석은박인데 이제 제가 아버지한테 맨날 부르는 별명이 있는데 썩은박이라고 있단 말이에요. 아버지.
What?
원래 집에서 막 사랑한다는 말도 안 하거든요.
진짜?
제가 장남이라서.
왜 전화도 안 해?
나도 장남이야.
진짜?
너 누나 있다 하지 않아?
너도 장남인데. 진짜? 장남. 형도 장남이잖아.
그렇지.
He's the only.
오장남.
Right?
너 TV 오장남이야?
오장남 괜찮아.
I remember.
팀은 변경하겠습니다. 오장남.
잘못하면 고장남 될 수 있어. 고장남.
Slow face.
아니, 이건 꼭 내보내주세요.
입말하세요.
서건아, 경상도로 돌아가는 기차표 형이 예약하고 계산까지 해줄게.
What? 오래 연습했는데 6년보다는 10년이 좋을 것 같다.
Guys.
They're roasting.
What?
리허설 때 많이 봤는데 메인 보컬 치고 피치가 많이 떨어지더라고.
Dang.
메인 보컬이 아니란 거.
Wow.
항상 마찬가지로 잘하는 무대를 보여줘야겠다라는 그런 생각이 있거든요. 이번에도 더 마찬가지고.
저희 처음부터 생각을 했던 게 우리가 절대 진리가 없겠구나.
결과는 저희가 이겨야죠.
Oh my gosh.
Just sing already.
I know.
So stressed out.
야, 근데 진짜 정말 진짜 부러워.
그러니까 우리 그냥 하는 것보다 훨씬 나아요.
She's so cute.
운동보다 나아요.
탈락자가 팀에서 나오지 않아야 되니까 당연히 1순위는 팀워크고
제가 얼마나 팀에서 필요한지 보여줄 거고
굉장히 자신 있거든요. 말이 뭐가 필요했냐. 그냥 보여주면 됩니다.
이깁니다.
Every day, every night, every
every day, every night, night. Come on. Everywhere, every time. Everywhere, every time. What's up?
Oh, he's so cute.
It's adorable.
Okay. Shanoya. All I hear is raindrops falling on the rooftop. Oh, baby, tell me why'd you have to go? 'Cause this pain I feel I won't go away.
Ugh.
And today,
Shona's so good.
He's so good.
일년에서 2년 이제 곧 7년 돈에 대한 관심조차 없던 내게 신경 써야 할 것이 이제 연습보다 미래의 나의 모습과 보장되지 않을 꿈을 이겨 내야 할 수밖에 없는 현실이 너무 싫었지 그 어떤 누구보다 내 자신만을 믿었지 이제 내 삶 차전으로 이 무대 위에 섰고 끝까지 꿈을 꿀 거야 내 꿈에 대한 성공.
Oh, he's so good.
그 꿈을 위해서 버텨온 날들 That's right 모든 게 낯설었던 서울의 밤들 그리웠던 엄마의 얼굴 이젠 다
Ugh, young one.
Right?
그래 나에게 부담감뿐인 걸 손이 때문에 아파하는 걸
Oh.
해도박한 쪽 앞에서 자랑스럽게 나들이네 두려웠던 모든 것 사랑하는 속은 바까 약속한 것 Cause I'm officially missing you
He's gonna have to explain the rat and chord thing. The judges are gonna be like, what?
오케이 새해부터 저의 오장남을 보시다니 아주 운이 좋으시네요
Oh, confident. You're so cute.
기다리던 꿈처럼 길고 어둡던 우리만의 무대 끝이 아니길 바라는 고백 내가 원하던 것 지금의 꿈은 어디 갔는지 난 홀로 나말로 괴로웠던 시절은 모두 다 털어버린 girl 이제 괴로웠던 시간은 하나씩 내게 약이 돼 누구에게 뻔한 얘기여도 난 누구에게 아픔은 있잖아 이 순간만큼 오글거려도 돼 어쩔 거야 뭐 물으면 없어 이제 촛불 하나를 선택해놓고 우리 내 소원을 빌어봐 wow
So good.
이렇게 날 미워도 그 마음을 아는 나에게 부담감뿐인 건 슬픔에 아파하는 건 저 하나가 단 나를 위한 것이었었던 걸 정말 어려워 날 몰랐던 내가 서러워 Cause I'm officially missing you Officially missing you Everybody Happy New Year!
Oh, they're so cute.
Adorable.
전체적으로 되게 괜찮았던 무대인 것 같습니다. 되게 잘 봤어요.
It was fun.
팀의 션호 씨가 리더라고 하셨잖아요. 팀을 잘 이끌고 가시는 모습이 굉장히 보기 좋았고요. 주원 씨 랩이 굉장히 너무 멋있었어요.
I know it, girl.
Mm-hmm.
굉장히 에너지 넘치시고
This group's her style.
얼굴도 마음에 들고.
Oh my god, she's in love with Juan. I love it.
Yes.
고백하지 마시라고. 아니,
She's a Jew
Gets
baby.
it.
마음에 들어 하지 않아요?
그러면 마음에 들어야 되죠.
모든
근데 이게
면이
되게
굉장히
중요한 거예요.
그쵸, 그만큼 매력이
I love her already.
이니까
저런 평 들어야 된다.
굉장히 여러모로 눈여겨 보게 되네요.
감사합니다.
네.
So embarrassed. Oh my god, he's so embarrassed.
응원하러 오신 거죠?
네, 응원하러 왔어요, 저는.
정말 확실히 주헌 씨가 왜 지난회, 지지난회 1위를 했는지 알 것 같은 느낌? 되게 멋있게 잘한다라는 느낌을 많이 받았고요. 근데 오늘 딱 팀이다 보니까 나머지 분들이 주헌 씨 말고는 많이 튀는 부분이 없었는데
네.
조금 더 보컬적으로 필요했던 것 같긴 해요.
어느 누구 하나가 메인 보컬이라는 느낌이 정확히 딱 나지 않는 부분이 있어요. 메인 보컬이 확실히 매력이 좀 살았으면 주원 씨하고 합쳐졌을 때 더 굉장히 멋있어질 것 같은 느낌이긴 해요.
아무튼 기분 좋게 잘 봤습니다. 수고하셨습니다.
감사합니다.
아, 얘 잘하네. 춤도 잘 추고 표현도 잘하고. 지금 완성이 돼 있어. 잘해.
리허설 때보다
She's like,
많이 빠른 것 같은데.
잘 끝난 것 같아.
It must be so nerve-wracking being the second team.
Yeah, watching. It's better to just get over with.
Mm-hmm.
Go. Oh, what's... oh gosh.
다안 맞췄네.
오늘 샵건은 지금까지 봤던 모습과는 굉장히 다른. 맨날 이렇게 스냅백을 쓰고 그런 모습이었는데 지금 되게 색다른 느낌이라서.
Rando?
잘생기지 않았나요? 네? 잘생기지 않았어요.
Nice comeback.
기대가 됩니다. 지금 리더 원어군이 생각할 때는 세계로 팀이 진다면 누가 탈락을 할 것 같은가요?
Rude.
Let's perform first.
Yeah. Really, these questions.
He's gonna say himself, I bet.
제가 될 것 같습니다.
Oh, of course.
That's the kind of man he is.
Yes, he is.
팀 보면요. 리더가 제가 대신 나가겠습니다. 제가 다 책임지겠습니다. 다
그쵸.
저의
리더의
잘못입니다.
책임도 있죠.
막 이렇게 하잖아요. 이 팀의 리더분이 책임감이 있어 보이는 느낌이 있는 것 같아서.
이야.
어떻게 하면 좋을까? 근데 원곡보다 좀 더 딥했으면 좋겠거든. 우리 얘기를 좀 닫는다든가.
아예 작사도 노머시 하면서 무조건 이겨야 돼. 나는 절대 지면 안 돼. 포기할 수 없는 이유. 돼야만 하는
주제가
이유.
노머시?
네.
노머시가 우리의 카페인이야. 서바이벌 때문에 잠을 못 이루잖아요, 저희가. 그러니까.
아 그러네.
냈던 의견 대신 다 좋은 것 같아. 자기 얘기를 좀 녹일 수 있게 가사를 써줬으면 좋겠어. 벌써부터 슬퍼.
세 개는? 디삼형?
디삼. 랩을 한번 해.
Oh my gosh.
저는 주원 똑까이 생겼지. 눈이 안 보여. 좀 키우지. 지들리면서 안 나와. 경원이 형 솔직히 매일 아파 보이지. 좀비 근성 전혀 없는데 좀비처럼 생겼지.
What is happening?
근데 그만 끼지 아줌마 같아. 박민규 형 모기 같은 호불호는 무슨 그냥 불어. 모기처럼 앵앵대다 그냥 죽어버려.
I'm not sure about these.
민기 어머님이 싫어하겠다. 너 망했다 진짜.
Keon, he's like, apologize.
되게 맞지 않을 것 같은 사람들이 되게 잘 맞다 보니까 또 큰 시너지가 나는 것 같아서 네, 저희가 이길 확률이 되게 높은 것 같아요.
솔직히 이제 처음 팀 짜졌을 때 아예 우리 팀 중에 한 명 그냥 보낼라나 보다 이런 생각하고 했어요.
우리 팀이 질 것 같아.
Zero confidence. My goodness.
과연 우리 5명이 모여서 좀 잘 어울릴까 하는 생각이 되게 컸던 것 같아요.
성적인 면에서도 그렇고 편집할 때도 그랬고 계속 진짜 시행착오를 되게 많이 겪었어요.
24시간 중에서 연습하는 시간이 18시간이고 하면 18시간 중에서 16시간 다 붙어 있어요, 5명.
진짜
하루하루가 제대로 넘어간 적이 없었거든요.
점점 갈수록 너희 팀이 더 좋은데? 이런 얘기가 훨씬 많이 들리더라고요. 저희 팀이 이겨야 될 것 같아요. 죄송해요. 저는
He apologizes to Shonu. Such a fanboy. I love it.
세계로 팀의 무대 기대해 보도록 하겠습니다.
일단 이겨야 탈락자가 안 나오는 거니까.
진짜 이 악물었거든요. 저희가 이길 가능성이 높다고 생각해요.
저는 저희 팀이 자신 있습니다.
집으로 돌아가는 길 오늘 하루도 다들 수고했어 어떻게든 잘 지내겠지
전화도 못해 끝나면
Why is he so
새벽
quiet?
침대는 하나둘씩 계속 사라지고 다 끝나면
어긋나버린 우리 스토리가 담긴 TV가 켜지고 I can't sleep all night
잠에 못 들고
난 오늘도 또 내일도
위로를 받을 수도 없어 이 길은 내가 선택한 것
Cause you like a cafe 난 밤새 잠 못 들고 심장은 계속 뛰고 내가 너무 밉고 like a cafe
독해지려고 해도 잊어보려고 해도 그럴 수가 어쩔 수가 없잖아
Time to be brave Say I'm not afraid Nowhere to run 제발 날 건드리지 마 Time to be brave Say I'm not afraid Nowhere to run
모두 날 기대하자
19을 맞지 않아 어린 띠를 벗어 정보를 나이 지나갔지 스물 벌써 걱정은 계속 커가는데 아버지의 힘은 점점 작아진 애 되돌리고
어느새 내 목까지 와버린 기대란 칼 이제는 반가운 안녕 대신 힘내란 말
매일 밤마다 숭이가 또 괴롭혀
No mercy 대비란 환상이 날 일으켜
like a cafe 난 밤새 잠 못 들고 심장은 계속 뛰고 그러다가 또 네가 너무 밉고 like a cafe
독해지려고 해도 잊어보려고 해도
He sings with so much emotion.
이렇게 날 미워하다가도 난
함께였던 시간 돌아보면 웃음이 나와
어쩌면 잊기 싫은 건지도 몰라 아니 믿기 싫은가 봐 견직하고 싶은 건가 봐
서로 눈치 보내 자신의 명줄을 가늠해 동생들은 걱정만 안 가득해 보여 아무 말 못해주는 게 하드코어 내겐 수많은 사람들이 나만 보고 있기에 칠 수 없네 내 버트라 미안 얼마 남았어 내 꿈의 유통기한 샷건 형제들의 머리에다 총을 겨눠 나도 언젠가 표적이 될 거란 걸 알면서
나
밤새 잠 못 들고 심장은 계속 뛰고 내가 너무 밉고 like a cafe
독해지려고 해도 잡으려고 해도 할 수가 어쩔 수가 없잖아
Yay! They did way better than I thought they would.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
생각보다
But the first guy, why was he singing so quiet?
더 괜찮았던 것 같아요.
확실히 완성도가 있었던 무대 같아요. 제가 봤을 때는 잘 짠 무대인 것 같아요. 팀워크 면으로 봤을 때.
이 곡 편곡에 원호 씨가 참여를 하신 게 맞죠? 저는 우선 편곡도 굉장히 마음에 들었고.
Hey.
Oh, all the sleepless nights.
팀에 이런 실력이 있는 분이 있는 게 팀 활동하면서 굉장히 큰 도움이 되잖아요. 그리고 샵건 씨가 굉장히 기분 좋게 네, 만드는 약간
She's just like me. She likes rap lines.
Yes, she does.
잘생겼다고 생각이 안 드는데 마이크를 들으면 잘생겼다고 생각이 든대요.
He's so embarrassed.
적으로는 잘 안 되죠. 약간 하이고. 근데 마이크 들면 되게 잘생겼어요.
저는 솔직히 좀 주원 씨를 좀 기대를 많이 하고 왔고요. 주원 씨를 보고 샵건 씨를 봤는데 샵건 씨가 저는 오히려 개인적으로 좀 더 가능성이 있다고 느껴요. 뭔가 좀 더 귀에 박힌다라고 할까? 좋은 보컬을 더 살리면은 주원 씨보다 더 뛰어난 래퍼가 될 것 같기도 해요.
Wow.
That's what he's wanted to hear this whole time.
Yes.
그러면 이제 원호 군이나 기영 군이 좀 더 안정감이 있고
Yeah.
서훈 군이 이제 약간 불안정한데
Yep.
그리고 윤호 군이 너무 아쉬워요. 목소리 힘이나 카리스마가 조금 부족하지 않았나 해서 아쉬운 점이 있지 않았나 싶은데
드러나는 만큼 그래서 매력이 보이는 만큼 아쉬움도 분명히 있었던 것 같아. 디테일은 되게 많이 떨어졌다라는 게 끄듬이라도 조금만 더 깨끗하게 빠졌다면 훨씬 좋은 무대가 될 수 있었을 것 같은 느낌이 좀 들었고요. 세계르 팀의 무대도 잘 봤습니다. 수고하셨습니다.
They gave Saquon way too many lines.
Yeah.
자, 그러면 오장남 팀도 무대로 모시도록 하겠습니다. 3라운드 팀 미션 첫 번째 무대를
Oh my goodness.
어떤 팀이 유리한 고지를 점령을 했는지를 발표를 해야 되니까 심사위원들끼리 상의하게 시간을 좀 갖도록 하겠습니다.
They're not going to stand on stage while they're talking, right?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
여기선 그래도 한
They can hear you.
얘는 너무 하나만
This is horrible.
그래?
진짜 모르겠다. 진짜. 뭐 열심히 했으니까.
Shonu's so cute.
해봐야 하는 거니까.
Such a great leader from the get-go. Look at that.
내가 좋아하는 팀은 여기야 확실히. 근데 이걸로만 심사를 놓고 하자면 나는 그냥 개인적으로 했어.
제발 여기서 이게 기선제압 하는 중.
That anticipation. Those poor guys.
And this is edited. For all we know, they were up there for half an hour, 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they have cookies. This is cruel.
Oh, yeah.
They got snacks. That's how long they've been there.
Snacks and drinks. How dare they?
첫 번째 무대 보컬 대결 승리팀을 발표하도록 하겠습니다. 첫 번째로 무대를 보여줬던 오장남 팀은 멜로디가 좋은 무대였음에도 불구하고 랩이 더 돋보이는 무대였고요. 세계르 팀은 전체적으로 보컬들이 눈에 띄는 완성도 있는 무대를 보여줬다라는 심사위원들의 평가가 있었습니다. 결과는 5대4로 가려고요.
Split vote.
보컬 대결의 승리팀은
Yeah, because they have to do a dance performance too, right?
I think so, yeah.
팀은 보컬 대결의 승리팀은
Oh my gosh, get to it.
They're not gonna show us.
세계로 팀.
Oh my gosh.
세계로 팀입니다.
Oh my god.
I wonder how you kiss first thing in the morning.
축하합니다.
Before you go to work, are you smiling at me?
정말 이빨의 차이로 갈리게 된 것 같고
Even the ones that you've heard before.
첫 번째 무대로 끝난 게 아니니까 두 번째 무대에서 좋은 퍼포먼스를 보여줄 수 있었으면 좋겠습니다. 네, 수고하셨습니다. 감사합니다.
I mean, it was very, very close.
Yeah, I agree.
Of course. Oh no. I almost cried. Of course.
Yes.
You cry every mission. I love it.
근데 지금 나는 걱정이 되는 게 첫 번째 라운드 졌잖아. 그래서 두 번째 라운드 혹시나 그것 때문에 에너지가 안 나올까 봐.
이게 좀 걱정이네요. 그러지 않았으면 좋겠다.
다음 거 잘하자.
그래. 이기면 되지.
Oh, Shonu.
아 진짜 나 저 눈물 날 뻔했어요 거짓말하고.
식은땀 장난 아니야.
되게 매력있네요.
자기식으로 표현을 한 것도 굉장히 멋있고
3차 미션 승리팀은 오늘의 최종 탈락자를 발표하도록 하겠습니다. 탈락자는
Oh.
Ah!
Oh my gosh.
Did you see the female judge? She was like triggered just from them being like, now I'll announce who will be eliminated. And she was like, I hate those words. I have a lot of thoughts.
Okay, I really didn't like how they announced who lost, you know, versus who won, apparently, like right now, you know. Why would you do that? You guys started on a fair footing, you know. Let them do the dance portion too and then decide.
Yeah, why give like a midterm?
Yeah. And
Like,
it's like they're purposely trying to sabotage, you know, and get into their heads, you know?
I think, yeah, they're partially trying to see if they can hold up under the pressure.
Yeah.
Because if everyone's like, oh my gosh, I heard their new mini album, it's crap. You still have to put out another one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're not explaining it very well.
No.
So it just seems like they're like kind of, Cable seems like a bully. He's a bully, right?
Girl.
I mean, asking that thing of Wonho, come on.
I know. Why?
Be chill.
Yeah, come on. Like, what is wrong with you? And at his concert too? Come on. Really?
Yeah. What was that?
What was that all about? They were all happy and all of a sudden, like, why? Why would you ask that question at your own concert and then make them all sad? You know? So
They were like, Happy New Year.
yeah. Like, why? Why? Yeah, it's just so interesting how someone of that character can still be seen till this day.
Right? You gotta wonder, like, is production telling him he's not being mean enough? Or do they remind him every show he has to be a jerk? Like, I mean, I'm willing to give production a little bit of the blame on that, but he also is going through with it.
Yeah.
So there's a way, I mean, you can have sharp critiques, but not be such a dick about it.
Yeah. It's like
and I hate the way he tries to psych them out before they sing.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I feel every episode he always has something negative to say, you know, either something negative to say or some sort of like negative connotation, something that it's just like why would you
And
question
even when he
that?
gives compliments, they're like backhanded. He always says he likes something, but then tells you that was the only thing he liked. Or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just like unnecessary.
Again, how is this helpful? You know? Yeah.
Also, quick question. Who do you think voted for Shonu's group?
Well, I definitely think Guyan.
Yeah, Guyan. Yeah, she probably did. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
she did.
Yeah, I think so. There's this one, I forget his name. He's in God. God is a very, very famous band. I consider that band like one of the pioneers of K-pop.
Are they like first gen, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen their name, but I've never really listened to them.
Yeah, yeah. And so, unfortunately, I don't know all their names.
Yeah.
I've listened to their music back in the day. So, but yeah.
I feel like he probably voted for the group that won.
Yeah.
Based on the edit of what we saw as his feedback.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like Mad Clown probably went with Juhan's group.
But it was obvious that other rapper guy didn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, it seemed very close, and we really never saw anything about the other singer guy who was there. I like barely saw him after they introduced him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm guessing from a vocalist point of view. Okay, sorry, let's back up. Let's just talk about the performances real quick, and then we can back up to all the other like behind the scenes stuff. But
Yeah.
let's talk about those while they're fresh in our mind.
Yeah.
I did think when the first team was going, all their mics seemed a little low.
Yeah.
And then like every now and then, like, why was Juhan's mic so much louder than ever? He sounded like all of the five guys combined. Now maybe they were working really hard on blending, and sometimes that does have something to do with it. You're trying to make sure that you're all like in harmony or whatever. But I don't know. It did feel a little subdued after I saw the second team. I didn't think it was that subdued when I was watching it, but then yeah, when I saw the second team, I was like, oh, so it's not that the mics are low, right?
Yeah.
So I do think in this case, I wonder if going second helped the other guys like just psych themselves up.
Yeah. Well, I think so too, because also Kihyun made that comment to Sharpgun, right? Like, oh, you have to get good comments like Juwon,
Mhm.
So I think
That's
that
what they were
kind of-
thinking. They heard those criticisms and were like, we got to do good. We got to do good.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is like, I feel like is also a disadvantage, like a total disadvantage. Not only is I'm gonna say Team O because I can't pronounce.
I know we can.
Yeah. So like Team O goes first, and then you get to hear all the critiques afterwards, which could be nerve-wracking for Team 2, but I mean like they kind of used it in a way to build confidence and like you said, psych themselves out, which is a good thing. So do you think that they should have muted the comments?
No, because they were doing it to try and get in their heads, but I think it did the opposite. I think it gave them, because the first team, you don't really know what they're looking for. I mean, K. Will told them what they were looking for, but he said like one thing. But after you hear the comments, you can see, oh, the judges really want to focus on this or that, I feel like that's why, I mean, Kihyun and Wonho are going to be awesome anyway.
Yeah.
But their power, their strength, their emotional like sensibilities that comes through in their voice, not just their facials, but in their actual voice. I just felt like it was like really outstanding, and I didn't know that was missing from the first group until I heard them doing it.
Yeah.
I really didn't understand Minhyuk and the other guy, the pitchy guy. It seemed like they were singing at top volume, but when they were doing like their harmony part at the end, but it was still quiet. I was like, why? I just felt like everyone's mic was turned down. I don't know. It was just very odd to me. I mean, when I could hear them individually, they sounded great, but when they were all singing together, it just felt like the master was pulled down or something.
Yeah. Yeah. So you agreed with the judges then that everything felt like very blended together.
I honestly probably still would have picked Shona's group because I thought the second group had like 3 good people, but 2 people who stood out really bad. And the first group, the only issue was I wished it was a little more like, I wish the energy went from a 6 to a 9.
Yeah.
But for the second group, having that guy go first, mistake. I totally agreed with the vocal coach. You can't hear his diction. The way he like drops off at the end of a note, it's muddling and confusing. And I felt like when he's singing emotional, he thinks he has to be quiet.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, neither Kihyun nor Wonho was very quiet, but we felt all the passion. We felt all the angst. I thought it was I think I said this during the performance. I thought he had way too many lines, and they were like the most important ones: the beginning, the bridge, and like part of the end.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very interesting because I wasn't sure what he was going for in the beginning, because I was like, maybe it's like one of those songs where it starts off really quiet like this and they start belting, No, I was like waiting for like something to happen.
He never really did it, even after the rest of the guys had popped it up.
Yeah, and then you hear like Wonho and Kihyun. I'm like, wait a second. So
you're like,
what?
that's his choice.
Yeah.
That's not what You know, that wasn't required. That wasn't what they talked about.
Yeah.
And then the other rapper besides Sharp Gun, it's like, I was like, oh, was he in this song? Utterly 1000% forgettable. And I don't remember him rapping on his own. I remember, it seemed like the two of them rapped and then Gun rapped. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
Yeah.
But
no, you're right.
I literally can't remember a single thing about him.
Yeah.
That's terrible. That's even worse than being bad.
Yeah.
That's non-existent.
Yeah, quite honestly, like if I had to compare both stages, I'm with you. Like I would have gone with Shownu's team.
Yeah.
I felt like they had a lot more energy to them. You know?
I felt like they were a lot more cohesive.
Cohesive in like their energy, you know?
And maybe that kept them a little quiet because they were working so hard to make sure that they were all on the same page.
Yeah.
But still, I'd rather have 5 super cohesive guys. And when they said that thing about, I don't know who the lead singer is, I mean, you could say that about Team 2 as well. You know, is it Kihan or is it Wonho? Or is it that guy they keep making do all the beginnings and endings?
Yeah.
You know, they also, I was thinking, oh, they're really going to hit that part out of the park. Because I was thinking, oh, it'll be like Sharp Gun and Kihan will like do something back and forth. And they'll be like, there they are, main rapper, main singer.
Yeah.
But they didn't really do that either. So
yeah.
I was a little frustrated by that because to me, it was pretty obvious that Shonu was the lead vocalist. Again, because he started it, because he ended it.
Yeah.
That to me says lead vocalist. That's why I was like, that other kid is terrible. So I just based on that, I would have been like, well, they can't win.
Yeah, that's interesting where they said that they couldn't decipher who the main vocalist was because I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's Shonu, you know?
I mean, Kyungwon did sing a lot. You know, he did. But he sang during like the dancing parts. Shonu sang the emotional, the parts where there's no music. That's the lead vocalist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When it's a cappella, you're the lead.
Yeah.
It's you.
Yeah.
I feel like Hyungwon, you know, he's the visual dance center in the middle when the song's like getting going. It's like the songs are already going. Shonu gets it started and then Hyungwon can hop in.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seemed pretty obvious to me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting that they chose like Team Us because it was very, very, very close though. So I don't know who was out of the panel of 9.
Who's that deciding vote? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who?
And what did I say exactly after they were done? I was like, wow, they did a lot better than I thought they would.
Yeah.
I honestly think if Wonho or Kihan had been the guy who to open and close it, I probably would have said they were better.
Yeah, it would have been a very different song, I felt like.
Yeah. I feel like Kiana and Wonho, they understand that you can be soft but still have a lot of power behind you. That kid was just like stage whispering. And I was like, what? Didn't I do this? I was like, what?
Yeah.
I can't understand him. He's too quiet and his diction's terrible. And yes, I don't know enough Korean to probably understand, but like I understood everything Wonho said.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm a little confused. And also I just want to say when I said poor Shonu, it's because he was number 1 before the show even started, basically. And now every time he cannot catch a break.
Yeah.
They keep telling him over and over again, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. It's not good enough.
Yeah.
And I don't begrudge Wonho a great leader win. Hello, he stayed up forever. He did all the arranging. He worked so hard on the dance. You know, he's the only one on that team who has any dancing experience.
Yeah.
You know, so he deserved it. But I also feel like, you know, it a lot of it is about that camaraderie and that teamwork. And while the guys did begrudgingly admit that Wonho did a great job, the other guys didn't have to do that because they just trusted Shonu. They said, okay, cool. We'll do what Shonu wants. He's going to know.
Yeah.
And I thought that that's more like, maybe some people would say that isn't teamwork, but that's a benevolent dictatorship. But in my opinion, they thought they all believed in him, that he was the best person for the job. And I didn't see any yelling, any fighting, and he was even the day before, he's like, we've done everything we can do, you know, just rest up. We've worked so hard. We've got this. Like, I mean, what more do you want? I just feel like he's so good and they're shitting all over him.
So this is very interesting. Like that thought came across my head, and I was like, because that team alone, like, only has one person that didn't debut as Monsta X.
Right, so we know who's going.
So initially, Won-ho was supposed to be the leader of the group. Until very last minute, Starship's like, no, we want Shonu to be the leader of the group.
I wonder if that's because Won-ho is more of a composer. It feels like a lot of leaders tend to be arrangers or composers or write music.
Yeah, so I'm not sure, but maybe like something about this stage performance maybe might have like affected that. I don't know.
Yeah.
That sort of opinion, because like clearly all the guys trusted him, like you said,
Yeah.
like just easily trusted him, like, yep, we'll go with whatever Shoni says.
And I feel like I knew immediately, didn't I, when they asked Won-ho that stupid ass question, and I was like, he's a good guy and the leader. He's gonna say it'll be me.
Yeah.
But all the other guys seemed shocked and surprised because none of them would have said it. But I don't feel like any of the guys would have been shocked on Shonu's team.
No.
If he said that.
Yeah.
And it's not that I didn't think Won-ho was going to say that. I 100% knew he would, because he's that kind of guy. He's a stand-up guy, and he put the most effort in. So he thinks if it comes out bad, then that's on him.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was interesting. Like, I just felt like the other team didn't have a lot of faith in him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe that's just the editing. I don't know.
I mean,
but Shonu's team 1000% seemed like, we got Shonu. Shonu's going to lead us to victory because it's Shonu.
Yeah.
You've seen him.
Yeah. I feel like a part of this is also like the editing.
Yeah.
And they kind of tried to salvage it, like after showing how they initially didn't get along.
Yeah.
By at the end, like saying, oh, look, with practice, we're good, so.
And then after they won, that one guy's like, oh, it's because Won-ho was our leader. But that literally seemed like the first time they thought of that.
Yeah, well,
they were like, wow, we did good because Won-ho was in charge. Wait, you guys have been rehearsing for like over a week.
Okay, so this is a cynical side of me, okay? Because, like, again, manipulation in entertainment and manipulation in video editing, especially for this show. But I feel like, okay, so there wasn't a lot of arguments in Shoni's team. There was like, we both agree that they're very cohesive, they got along, they love Shonu, everyone loved each other. I mean, heck, from production's questions, they all turned to the left or whatever,
right?
At the same time, and they all chose Soyu, rightfully so. But I mean,
how could you not after those few episodes?
Yeah, but I mean, they were proving a point, like saying, okay, this team is really strong. Yeah. But then you get the opposite of the other team where it's like, oh gosh, like,
so they're like the underdogs now.
They're now they're being painted a picture of that they're the underdogs. They have Shonu over there where they don't have all that, like,
they have Juhan over there.
And so like they have a very strong team, and then painted a picture of like this team being like a lot weaker, and like their interviews and their comments and stuff like that too.
And they were all like down on themselves, like, and how are you gonna do this?
And I feel like they painted a picture where they're like so negative on themselves, where like when it came to both stage performances, it kind of like the editing kind of like tricked us, you know what I mean? Like saying like, wow, they did much better than we thought because of all of the arguments and stuff like that. And then once we found out that they won the first time, we're like, wow, they won. And it's not supposed, you're
surprised.
Yes.
It's a twist or whatever. But remember, there was that one point where I was like, okay, I almost feel like they're setting it up like these guys are either going to sweep it or they're not going to win, and they should have. Like, so you're right. I totally agree with that. It feels like there's some other reality shows I can name, but I won't, where it's like if one of the contestants gets too much airtime in the first 15 minutes, I'm like, oh, they're the one getting cut. Oh, we have to see them with their family. They're the one getting cut. Like, you know what? I feel like they tell you, like you said, they give you a little more to like make you care for them, and
Yeah.
then they slice them off.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
And you're right to play with your emotions, which this definitely did. It was like at one point I was like, well, they can't not win, right? And then I was like, wait, it's going too smoothly, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And you did mention that, during the
That's
show
just because we're
too.
both cynical. We're both like,
Oh, I
Um,
think we watch quite a few reality shows too.
he
Like,
might know how the outline looks.
I know, yeah, see right through you. Mhm. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I like I say, I feel a little torn. I feel bad thinking that they shouldn't have won, because they did do a good job.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
my team was better.
I will say, like, we're both super proud of Wonho though. So
Yes.
let's make
This
that
was
clear.
a huge comeback, especially from the mission before.
I mean, all of his missions,
Yeah, he has
because
not been doing well.
So it's like a culmination of that, and you're feeling like, oh, you really want Wonho to like.
And each time they knock you
shine.
down, it's harder to think you can get up.
Yeah.
So like that's why I'm saying I feel bad for Shonu.
Yeah.
I just worry there gets to be a point sometimes where you're like, well, I just can't do it.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part, you know.
So on this team, like we have Shonu on that team, and then on this team, it's Wonho that keeps getting knocked down in every mission because.
So you're right, they kind of had the same situation going on.
Yeah. So, but in this situation, like Wonho really shined, though I am very grateful though that at least in the video editing it showed how hard Wonho worked, like on their ranging, not sleeping, and into them for them to execute it and actually win. That's really good. But yes, I do agree with you in terms of like, yeah, Wonho's our leader. Well, I mean, because you guys won, how would you guys feel differently? Like, would you guys feel the same?
Yeah, they were willing for him to take the fall if he didn't win,
Yeah.
Not all of them, but like,
Yeah, you kind of get that feeling, right?
Yeah, and again, maybe that's the video editing. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it could be.
Also, I did feel like they didn't give Shonu as much time as they gave Wonho. So it seems like Wonho worked a lot harder than Shonu. But based on what his team was saying, I don't think that's necessarily true.
Yeah.
But again, video editing,
it's
favoring.
It's video editing. It's interesting because like the show, like you could kind of tell a little bit like after you start thinking about it, like, oh, okay, I feel like the more they focus on like a certain team, that team is gonna win,
Mhm.
So in this case, they really have. I felt like they really focused on Wonho's team a lot. Like
They did.
showing how
And individually too.
Yeah, individually, and what kind of trials and tribulations that they had to go
Mhm.
through, as opposed to the other team where they're very cohesive,
Mhm.
like in their team.
They were like, this team's good.
Yeah.
They're just writing their own lyrics. They're fine.
Yeah, because there's nothing juicy over there.
Because they're working as a team.
Yeah, because they all get along really well. And again,
they can all dance and sing.
And again, I will say it again. There's only one person who didn't debut as Monsta X, and it's Minkyun. So I mean, so
couldn't have been that bad.
Yeah, so you can already tell that there's like that teamwork already with all four of those guys that
they really trust each other.
Yeah.
You could see that, like, even when they were exhausted at the last practice and they're all sweaty and Youngwon's he throws himself down next to Shonu and has his head on his leg. Like, it's funny because in a weird way, I don't think of Youngwon as being super touchy-feely. So the fact that he feels comfortable enough to do that, you'd think. It's weird because they did show us like the mega clip of every person being like, Shonu's the best dancer, Shonu's the best dancer, Shonu's the best dancer. But at the same time, he's not arrogant. He's not off-putting. He doesn't make anyone feel less than. It's very obvious that even though he's the best, he wants everyone to be the best. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's certain people who that's not how they wouldn't act that way. And I feel like that's what makes him such a great leader. And even what he said, where he was like, I tried to focus on the team's performance more than my own.
Right. Right.
You know, I just felt like he should be intimidating. He seems great. He's the best dancer and he's gorge. But all the guys are like, I love Shonu.
Yeah.
He's the best. And they wouldn't do that if he was an a-hole.
Yeah.
He's not one. He's cool.
No. Yeah, he's very cool. And how about Ki-hyun making that comment about Shonu?
Sorry, Shonu. That was so sassy. I was like, oh, here we go.
Oh my
Here we
gosh.
go. And I love that that was the only person he apologized to.
I was like,
again, obsessed with Shonu. Who isn't?
I know, right? What a new baby.
Is it right? Oh my gosh.
Already.
He's like got all the photo cards.
Yeah. I love how much he looks up to him so much, even at this point, you know?
It's really cute. It's really, really cute.
Adorable.
And I don't want to undermine like what he did either. Kihyun's voice sounds so great. Kihyun, I feel like, is one of the few people who can get away with not looking at the audience all the time.
Mhm.
And he can still connect.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't need his, like, when he's feeling his emotion, and he's like, there was at least 2 times where he was literally full side. You should never be full side, be 3/4. He had his eyes closed and he was walking and singing, and it's like, it doesn't matter. It's fucking Kihyun. Listen to that voice. Like, it's so beautiful. It draws you in. And then he does a good job. I feel like that's where the other guy could learn from. It's not that he starts off soft, but he doesn't go to any extremes. He starts in the middle so that when he ramps it up, it's super ramped up. And if he has to bring it back, then he brings it back. Like,
right.
And those convey all the emotions we need. And I don't know. The other guy doesn't know that yet, I guess.
Yeah.
So I mean, Kihyun was amazing. Gun was amazing. There was a lot of shade about his hats. I don't get it. What's the issue? He's only been wearing baseball hats. What's the problem? Although I did think that was a weird comment, right?
Weird comment. Like,
I did think
why?
the hat he borrowed today, though, didn't Hyungwon wear that hat? I feel like that was Hyungwon's hat. And I was just like, it's very weird. I mean, I didn't mind it, but I was just like,
It's a hat Hyungwon would wear back in the day.
100%.
Not now, though.
100%. Honestly, they're all living in the same dorm. They probably all share clothes, especially accessories.
Yes.
So, but I just thought it was funny. I was like, is that Hyungwon's hat? I feel like we've seen him wear that hat already, like in the show. That's why I was like, but I loved it. You know, I love the idea that they're all helping each other. Even, I mean, they're all a family, even when they're competing against each other. And I have to say, I really liked Gun's lyrics about that.
Yeah.
How he was like, you know, I have to take out my brothers before you take me out.
Yeah.
And like, that sucks.
Yeah.
You know, so I did think Gun's lyrics were really good. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed them.
Yeah.
I mean, the other guy, I don't remember anything. He's Yuho?
Yoonho. Yeah, Yoonho.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been calling him Yoo-hoo in my head, which is terrible. I know. I like have transposed some of the letters in my head. But again, for someone what'd someone say? You're a dinosaur, you're a fossil. He's been training forever, and he's very forgettable. He's bland. I think I said that a couple episodes ago too.
Yeah, he sounds like a sub rapper. Is that such a thing?
Yeah.
Sub
Yeah.
rapper?
Yeah. Sometimes you see guys listed and it's like sub rapper, sub vocalist, sub main dancer. I'm like,
which I don't like, by the way. I don't like titles,
no,
like that.
it's stupid. And yeah, I guess there's always a backup, but
in this case, he sounds like a backup rapper, so I would have to agree with you on that too. He's not as memorable as Sharp Gun, especially in this performance.
I can't, if someone asked me to describe his flow, like his style, I couldn't.
Yeah.
If someone asked me to describe his fashion sense, I couldn't. If someone asked me to describe what he looked like, I'd be like, he's tall. You know, all of these things. And of course, you know, it's not everyone's going to be Hyungwon.
Yeah.
But also, like, you need to make yourself, like, stand out somehow. You have to be distinct, you know?
Right.
Gun's super memorable because of the charisma he's got. Kihan's super memorable because of his confidence and his power. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be the best looking dude on stage. And in fact, most of the time, the most talented guy on the stage is the guy who you end up thinking is the most good looking.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've seen a lot of bands where I'm like, oh, I love the bassist. He's hot. And then I see the band and I'm like, screw that. The drummer is everything. You know? So
Yeah.
I just feel like for a guy who's been training since he was 14, I don't, where is the charisma?
Yeah.
Where is the, I don't know.
I mean, sometimes you just don't have it, you know?
Yeah.
You
The
know?
problem with this business is you can be super talented, but that's not enough. Unfortunately, music is not just an audio business anymore. It is a visual business, thanks MTV.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to grab people's attention with both.
Yeah.
And like, I don't remember his rap. I don't really remember anything he did. I can't remember anything he did in the whole episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a
a
non-entity.
Yeah. I just remember him rapping with Sharp Gun, just like a small verse. That's all.
Yes, very small. And like I said, it seemed like they were doing it together.
Yeah.
Or if they weren't, Sharp Gun was doing a lot of hyping because he knew. He was like, come on, guy, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so interesting though, because like the judging was very conflicting, you know, in terms of when they were individually judging them, you know, they said, oh, well, I think it's more like K-Will was very confusing because he said you guys made a lot of mistakes, but then when they wound up judging, they're like, oh, it's near perfect. So which one is it?
Which one is it? Yeah, or he said, I think when he said you made a lot of mistakes, he's also said, but you gave a good performance. And while that can be true, you don't just say that, then you expound.
Yeah, so
like, I can't fix mistakes you don't tell me about.
Yeah. And again, I don't know if that's a video editing thing, if he actually gave more to it, because, you know, I just don't know. But it's interesting that those two lines were, I mean, like, y'all, if you're gonna edit something, at least make it make sense, you know.
Where's the continuity person?
Yes that person should be fired, you know.
You in trouble, girl.
I mean, like, my gosh, you know, like, it makes complete, because that was the thing that ran in my head. I'm like, oh, so this performance is near perfect now, so like,
I wish he would have said according to some of the judges,
or something,
because he made it sound like it was his opinion, but we heard his opinion and that was not it.
So I don't understand, you know. So I was very stuck on that. So like,
I will say, I thought, you know, the two extra guest judges were both like pretty kind, but also when they gave a critique, it was pointed, so you knew what they didn't like, what they, not even what they didn't like, what they thought you should improve on. I didn't think it was cool for that one guy to call her out about which team was more her style.
I know.
Honestly, he could have just waited, because she was going to fangirl all over Juhan and everyone would have known.
Yeah.
So I love it. You're just like us, girl, just like us. That was so amazing too. I thought he was gonna like die of embarrassment, but he was so happy.
Yeah.
Words of affirmation is his love language, people. So
yes.
I get it, me too.
And same thing with Sharp Gun. He got words of affirmation too. That's exactly what he needed. You know?
He just needed one person to be like, I see your potential. It's just as good, if not better, than Juhan. You know, like. I can see it would be really challenging. You know, you're training with someone every day, all day, and you know you're good, but that guy's a little bit better.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate part of being an artist is there's always someone better. Always. Even if you're Adele, even if you're Lady Gaga, even if you're well, I won't say the B word. Oh. But I agree.
Sorry, it's true.
Even if you're the best right now, what about a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now?
Yeah.
There's always someone coming up behind you who's hungrier or has trained harder or whatever, or just has the talent.
There's always going to be someone who's better than you are, and from someone else's perspective.
Yeah.
I'm
Again,
sure-
opinion. It's an
Yeah.
opinion. So it's hard, but I could see how if you've been training every day and you're in the same like kind of classes and stuff, and you constantly get, of course, you're getting compared to the people you're around.
Mhm.
So that sort of thing after a couple of years would really take a toll.
Oh yeah, of course. Oof. All right. So those are the stages that we saw, and the judging. Yeah, I agree with you though. I really okay. So my complaint earlier in the episodes is like, okay, they should find somebody a judge who, the female judges, right? Like Soyu is a good one, you know.
Yeah.
Carolyn, too tied into the industry. So Soyu too. I wanted someone to kind of like relate in a sense, like so when they brought in Gayan, right? It's really cool that they brought her in because she's in the same boat as the guys.
Yeah.
You know?
And I love that was like one of the first things she said. She was like, I feel it. I get it. And you could see from how she was like, oh, I'm getting nervous. Like she really was being very empathetic.
Yeah. And that is a good thing. I felt like bringing her in and a fresh perspective. I love that they brought in I cannot remember his name, the guy from God, so
yeah, I love that all the guys were like, this guy's cool, I want to sing a song with that dude.
Like, I mean, legendary, right?
Yeah, legendary.
So I mean, it's cool that they brought in like these artists, but I'm really happy that they brought in Gayan. Okay, first off, she's really hilarious,
She's hilarious. She's funny. She's
just
talented.
like us.
She's just like us. And I loved when they were like, one of the guys was trying to call her out for saying someone was attractive. She's like, well, shouldn't they be? Aren't they supposed to be?
She's sharp,
Yeah,
so.
she was witty. She had good comebacks.
Yeah, so
I really liked her too.
so
I hope she sticks around for another episode.
Yeah, and so that was a great choice that they brought on. So one good thing about this show.
I was gonna say too, I kind of wish, I hope that after, they're probably not, but I wish that after every mission they would give the guides the comment cards that the judges have been writing.
Yeah,
that would be really helpful.
Yeah,
even if K Wills just says terrible, at least one of them would have pitchy on the high parts, or footwork doesn't match the rest of the team, or something, so that something concrete that you could work on. Like,
right,
nobody wants to be bad.
No.
Tell me how to be better.
Yeah
So I don't know, I'm like really stressed out about the dancing part now. And in the beginning of the episode, like the more of like the rehearsing and that kind of stuff, again, like you pointed out, heavily favoring Won Ho's group. We didn't really see the other group talk about picking a song. They just like picked a song like off camera or whatever. I assume because one person suggested it and the rest of them were like, okay.
Yeah, I feel
it
like
just wasn't juicy enough.
I feel like Show News like team is gonna win the next one, and then it's gonna be like,
and that'll be what will happen.
Yeah, one team sang really well, and the other team that danced really well.
It'll be like
what are you
5-4
gonna do?
again.
Yeah, it's gonna be something like that, and we're gonna be like, so we're gonna hype it up, so I'm calling it right now.
Yes, agree. I also thought it was hilarious how that other group decided, or Show News group decided, that they would be whatever that word was because they were all the oldest, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
They were like, you're the oldest, I'm the oldest, you're the oldest, I'm the oldest, are you the oldest?
Okay, that was so cute. And let's talk about the conversation when they all met each other too.
Oh yes, when they were reminiscing on New Year's.
That was adorable. Okay, first off, that conversation, I loved how they're like, so what are your New Year's wishes? And Wonho, like, stop it, like my heart, And then like they all want to debut together. Of course, they've been together for who knows how long, like how many weeks or whatnot. So
we found out that Minhyuk and Hyungwon and Kwanji all came from the same agency. They didn't just all start there at the same time. They all came from the same, so they've known each other for a real long time.
And so you could have, and it makes you want to go back and watch like Minhyuk's like expressions and stuff like that when Kwanji left, you know?
Yeah. He was
And so,
devastated.
yeah. So, and Kihyun, you said Kihyun too, right? Was the same,
Mhm.
yeah, because
Oh, not Kihyun. No. It was just those three.
Oh,
Well, at least that's
Hyewon.
what Minhyuk
Hyewon.
said.
Yeah,
Yeah, Hyewon. Yeah.
Minhyuk. Yeah, because I remember Kihyun being very like devastated that Kwanji was leaving too, or
Yeah.
left. So
And I also thought it was interesting, maybe a little bit of foreshadowing, but I thought it was interesting how Wonho was like, well, yeah, every time they bring new guys in, we're a little frustrated. We're also trying to debut. But I thought it was nice that Minhyuk was able to tell them, well, you know, when you've been at more than one agency, I expect, just like how Shonu had said in the first episode, you sign up with the best agency. You're like, it's it. I'm in. Done. So. This is my home.
yeah,
And then it doesn't work out.
yeah,
Then you go to a smaller agency and it doesn't work out. And then you go to a smaller agency. Like,
yeah. It's
I liked
interesting.
Minhyuk's response to all that.
Yeah. Speaking of like moving to different agencies, I feel like this is like okay, so with the comments that we received on the last episode, like Lessa actually brought up a very interesting point where certain artists don't fit the image of like say SM Entertainment or YG or whatnot. So then that agency would recommend, you know, that artist or trainee to another agency that would like fit that agency. So I think it's cool that they do something like that, you
Yeah.
know.
It's nice that there is like some sort of kind of, I hesitate to call it an exchange program,
Yeah.
but you're right. Each agency has their own brand, their own style, just like movie studios do. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
there's some that are known for superhero movies. There's some that are known for indie dramas. There, you know, like, and that's always been a thing. Of course you want to diversify, but there's the staple that brings you the dollars to take risks and to take chances. So imagine how hard that is. Like, you don't fit the brand maybe of the agency you want to work at. And then again, that goes for the groups. You could be in a group and then they cut you maybe right before you debut because they're just like, you're not the same style as the other guys.
Yeah.
You know, it's nothing about your talent. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
It's not about your talent. It's about your look or your attitude or whatever. And that's not bad. It just doesn't fit this mold.
Yeah.
That is a good point, Lessa. A very good point.
Yeah, it's a good point too.
And it really sucks. As someone who used to be an actor, still am, give me a call. You know, there have been many times where I've been at a callback and you realize it's maybe only you and one other person up for the same part, and you're completely different. So then you look to see, well, who's the person who's playing my love interest?
Yeah.
Which one of us is going to go better with that person?
Yeah.
And sometimes you know already, you're like, oh, damn it. You know, and sometimes it's a height thing, and sometimes it's a chemistry thing, and sometimes they decide to go 10 years older, 10 years younger. So there's all these things you can't really control.
Yeah.
So I understand why it must be so frustrating for them, because they're out there giving it their all, doing their best every day, improving, becoming better artists. But there's a lot of other like outside factors that affect whether or not you actually get to debut.
Yeah.
And it's not your, hard work or talent.
Yeah. Sometimes it's also luck, unfortunately, in the timing of things, you know?
Timing specifically. Like, what if you come in right after a group you would have been perfect for?
Yeah.
Or,
I mean, let's use Suho from EXO as an example. He had a leg injury. You know, he was supposed to debut with SHINee, right?
Yeah.
He didn't. So then he became part of EXO. And so and that's something we learned recently. Timing. You know,
he'd be a completely different artist, and that band would be a completely different band.
Right.
So you just never know. And if you think about it, if he debuted with them and had the leg injury even 1 month after, he still would have been part of that group.
Yeah. It's so crazy just to think about that.
It's really, it's just, There's so many factors. It's so hard to put it all together. Like, ugh, I'm getting stressed out just thinking about it, guys.
Yeah, and even and what he's shown you, since he's obviously on the
Yeah.
show, he could have debuted with what, Got7?
Yeah.
You
It
know-
sounds like they thought he would be in Got7.
Yeah, and so, but I mean, again, the profile
Yeah.
didn't fit. Whatever personalities or conflicting or whatnot, who knows? You know.
Or another thing, when they were talking about during the judging, lead vocalist, lead dancer, when you're putting together a group, there are certain categories you want to fill. And I mean, think about how they've already talked about Juhan and Gunn. They're like, you're both great, but you're slightly too similar.
Yeah.
And it's like, even though you're both great and you are different, you don't want two things too close. Like, it seems inevitable just based on watching this, even if I didn't know, that they wouldn't both get in.
Yeah.
Because all the judges are like, you guys are great, but you're really close.
Yeah.
So, and they don't want that. Everyone has to shine in a different way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It's really hard. It's really, really hard.
Yeah. Ugh.
Ugh. Okay, well, I'm very excited to see the dance portion, because that part where they're swinging people, I'm like, where's that? I want to see that.
Yeah.
Are they in prison outfits? Oh no.
I know.
I'm very concerned.
Yeah. I definitely want to see that as well, and all the the sharp movements of the other team S. So
Yeah.
I'm like, what
I
is
really
going on?
want
They
Gunn
look-
to do well, so that he could be like, you guys can't blame me. I killed it.
Yeah. And all the pressure, okay, all the pressure on him too. Like, okay, again, like, he has confidence issues, but thank goodness that was through an interview, instead of saying it on stage,
Yeah.
but you could clearly see that he has, I said it during the show, like, man, this guy has zero confidence, I feel like,
And that's how he feels about his rap. And that's what he does the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I feel like usually you have to know 2 or 3 things, but, when people say they're a triple threat, so singing, dancing, and acting, they usually rank themselves, like, which one you're the best at.
And it's like, bro, like, you have to believe in yourself,
So it's hard when you're already feeling, like, insecure. And then all the other guys are like, well, if he can't get it together, we're screwed. Like,
It's like he's like, yeah, I gotta dance, or else, I have. They said if I mess up, then
we'll lose.
And it's just like, okay, first off, the guys are mean to say that. It's
they
like,
were mean. I
was
also
like-
wonder, did they say that to his face, or is he just inferring that because he
Yeah.
was right based on all the confessionals? But
yeah,
I was like, oh,
yeah,
don't say that to someone.
yeah, seriously, y'all, come on.
Y'all,
But
no.
then,
But Minhyuk was feeling that same pressure on the vocal side.
yeah, which was the first time they sang, we're like, what is happening right now?
They did not have to put on the screen bad
harmony. We're like, we can hear it. Thank you.
I'm very aware.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. Thank you.
I mean, they were aware. Even they were looking at each other like, shit,
Yeah.
one of us is not on the right note.
I was like, but was it really Minhyuk though? And I'm like, a little fishy. I don't know.
I feel like it was both of them at one time.
Yeah, maybe
And
it was
then,
both
but
of
I
them.
felt like it was more.
I feel
the other
like
guy.
I feel like they're okay. Again, me being very cynical, I feel like they're not making him like have any mistakes, and when he's the one that gets booted off, everyone gets shocked.
We'll be like, what?
Throughout
How could it
the
be
whole-
him and not the other one?
Have you noticed throughout the whole entire show, like, they haven't really criticized him as much as the others.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's, again, video editing and having like a feeling towards this guy. And it's like, and maybe to sway some people, like, maybe it is Minhyuk that really sucks and not Minkyun, So
But you're
I'm
like, how can you
like,
tell?
so I'm like, I mean, we both know. I mean, because
We have ears. It was
know.
bad.
We know, but I'm like,
but is it all one guy's fault? No, because it's 2-part harmony. So it's
Yeah.
never all one person's fault.
it's I when I heard that, I was like, it can't entirely be Minyuk's fault.
No.
Are you for real? Harmony. You know, so I mean,
and also you're right. I feel like all the guys that we know are gonna make it, except for Juan, have really been getting a lot of crap.
yeah.
Like, and in a weird way though, it seems like for this show that's better than getting nothing.
Right.
Getting nothing means they don't care enough to tell you.
Yeah. But again, that could be the video editing. We don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
You know?
Ugh.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is how they're editing this whole show or edited this whole show. Like, it's very transparent on what they're trying to do, you know? Or maybe it's just both of us because, like, we get it, you know? So we see it. We're, you know, it's just really, really interesting in a bad way.
And of course, again, the show is, you know, old. It's from what, 2014. So maybe, you know, maybe people aren't as savvy to the tricks like we are now. I don't know. The more you watch, the more you'll pick them up. So
yeah,
they do seem a little like bigger here. It's like, we get it. I get it.
Oh yeah, reality shows were like
We
were
get it.
shining since like 2000s for us.
But yeah, I do. Well groomed. We get it.
Yeah.
We know. But yeah, it's just I'm so happy for Wonho, but I'm so upset for Shona.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I do feel like both teams did really well, you know.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like these were the best stages so far.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I agree with Guyan that like the stages look really cool, you know.
That was so cute when she was like, I've been on worse stages than this on music shows.
Yeah.
She was like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
How do I get on here?
Yeah, right?
Again, I did want to mention that. I'm sorry, real quick. When they all came out onto the stage for the first time, if you've ever gotten to do that with anything you love, even like I was going to say, I know you have toured a lot of baseball stadiums. When you're out on the pitch, it hits different if that's your thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you stand on a stage where you have watched your legends kill it.
Yeah.
And then you're standing there. I mean, the feeling is really like so incredible. It's such a high. That's why I was so mad that then they were getting those stupid questions before they performed. Because I was like, they're in a good spot. Let them be happy.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
I just
J-Ball.
loved all their reactions to that because I felt like that was super relatable.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Oh, babies.
Yeah. So hopefully, you know, I felt this episode was again heavily video edited, of course, per usual.
Per any reality show.
But they're judging this time around. I think I was okay with it. Like I like how they brought in like legends and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
You know, so I was totally fine with that.
Yeah. And again, I do think these were some of the best stages they've done so far, like specifically, well, of course, as a group, but even the individual stuff, I thought there was a lot more like shiny moments, you know, where people really stood out than there have been before.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just because there's less of them, but I don't think so. I think that they did a lot of hard work and it really showed.
Right. Right.
Okay. Now we have to get through the next episode.
Oh, we're one episode closer to Chinkyun. So, yes.
But that's why I said that New Year's table discussion felt like foreshadowing.
Yes.
Because we know they're all going to be mad.
Yeah.
So
that's a great observation.
And again, you have to wonder, we talked about this. Did they film it all and then put it together? I'm not sure like if they were putting it together week by week, you know. Doesn't feel like American Idol. I'm wondering if it was more like any K-drama where they shoot all 16 episodes before basically it's done almost.
Yeah. I mean,
wait, that's not K-dramas. That's HBO. Sorry, any HBO show. If Westworld has started, it's wrapped filming 6 months ago, guys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't really tell. If so, then I feel like that's definite foreshadowing that they were like, oh, perfect, drop that in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait till my boo's here. But then they're gonna be mean to him, and then I'm gonna really be upset.
Yeah, I think that might be the case. So we'll see.
One more episode till I cry, guys.
Yeah, one more episode until you see Beth's rage. Yeah, how I was in episode 3 is how Beth is gonna be in episode 8.
Mm-hmm.
Or was it episode 2 when I let loose? I'm like, ah, you know. So I don't know.
I feel like you held back the first 2 episodes. You were like, maybe I'm overthinking it, and then you're like, no, I am not. This is unacceptable.
Not okay.
Not okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be Beth in episode 8. You guys, be prepared.
Be prepared.
Yeah,
I will be.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining us in this very long discussion, per usual, of No Mercy, episode 6. Yeah, wait, is it episode 6? Yes, episode 6. And yeah, I mean, I want to say can't wait for episode 7. I guess kind of can't wait. I don't know.
I mean, I do want to see it.
I'm a little torn, but yeah, I do want to see it, but at the same time, I don't want the guys to get hurt. So
yeah, I don't want to see them upset, but I do want to see them.
Yes, yes. So we will see you guys for episode 7. So that means we are very close to. I keep saying
an epic Beth meltdown. Yes, we are. Stay tuned.
Yes. Well, I didn't say that. Those were your words, okay? I was just trying to say we're getting closer to the end of the series.
Oh, sorry. That's what I meant.
We don't want to see a meltdown from you.
Too late.
Oh.
It's happening.
All right. Okay. Okay. All right, you guys. We are La Chi and we will see you guys next time. 안녕.